of the worst things women can do when they get married is give up everything for their husband. Yet why do so many women do it? Even Shakira did. Let's take a look at the related headline. Shakira claims her career took a backseat for many years because of her ex-partner Gerard. She said, for a long time I put my career on hold to be next to Gerard so he could play football. There was a lot of sacrifice for love. So Shakira sacrificed for love, and how did her ex reward her for this? Well, he allegedly cheated on her and left her for a much younger woman. Now I feel for Shakira because this is a horrible story, and it also shows you why you should never give up everything for a man. I'm Nicole Moore, Celebrity Love Coach, and this is Celebrity Love Advice, a series where I take trending celebrity dating stories and show you what's really going on, plus give you advice so you can have a better love life than they do. Okay, so step one, as a woman, you have to get and really understand that sacrificing yourself for anybody that you love, family members and relationships, is not your job. It is drilled into women, sometimes from birth, that the way to be loving is to give up of yourself. And as you can see, that never ever works. It ends up in resentment, and usually the people that you sacrifice yourself for don't give you back the love that you were giving to them. So if I were love coaching Shakira, I would have asked her, where did you first get the idea that you had to sacrifice yourself in order to win love? Because usually it comes in childhood or watching what other people did, and we mirror that behavior. So maybe she had a mom that sacrificed, or maybe in her culture people sacrifice. But the bottom line is, if you want to have a healthy relationship today, your relationship, you got to do what works for you and not follow anybody else's model, especially if you've seen other people in your family sacrifice and it hasn't worked for them. Why on earth would it work for you? I really wonder what on earth made Shakira feel that her ex-partner's soccer career was more important than her global pop superstardom. I think she might have had some wiring that said the most important thing is to keep and win love. The most important thing is to be near the person that I love. And I believe that so much, I'm willing to sacrifice things that are essential to me, like her career, in order to win love. So what I want you to think about for yourself is, where do your priorities lie? Are you afraid to lose love? Because typically we give up things that we love only if we're actually afraid to lose love. So I know Shakira here is saying she sacrificed for love, but I would put in there, I sacrificed because I was afraid I was gonna lose love. And when we act from fear in our relationships without realizing it, we say, I'm doing this for love, but really we're doing this because we're afraid of losing love. We almost always get a fear-based, aka bad result. We get the opposite of what we want. So she may have sacrificed for fear of losing love, but that's exactly what happened, because she wasn't really acting exactly from love. She was acting from, I'm sure she loved him, but I think her real motivation was fear. And this isn't all about Shakira, because like, why did he let her do that, right? So if you are in a fear-based dynamic in relationships where you think that finding love, winning love, keeping love is literally more important than you very often attract in selfish people, takers, people who wouldn't mind being like, yeah, you give up what you want, as long as I have what I want, we're okay. So it's really important, if you're single, to really make sure that you are not attracting in somebody in that energy. And how you don't attract somebody in that energy is you realize you are important. I want you to take this mantra, put it in your heart, keep it, repeat it. I'd rather lose him than lose me. That is the place of power for women in relationships. The second you are afraid to lose that person's love so much that you start chipping away at yourself, you're going to lose the relationship anyway. And the thing is that if somebody really loves you, they're not going to want you to give up on your dreams. They're not going to want you to give up on yourself. They're going to want to find a win-win scenario. You know, when people come into a marriage, or a partnership, they very often have prenuptial agreements that are saying, these are my assets. This is what I don't want to lose in the case that this relationship ends. And people think about financial assets, but they don't think about emotional assets. They don't think about their core identity. So if you're getting into a relationship and you think it might be serious or it might be leading into marriage, it wouldn't hurt to have this conversation of like, this is me. This is what's important to me. This is my identity. And I don't want to lose this in relationship with you. I want us to both become better versions of ourselves in this relationship, and have that conversation ahead of time. So you guys both know, this is what I'm not willing to give up of me before we enter this dynamic. And the thing is that when you give up parts of yourself to be in a relationship, eventually you're going to get resentful. Like, you are going to lose your light. You're going to lose your power. You're going to lose your spark. And unfortunately, it's not your fault, but unfortunately that tends to make you a less attractive individual in the first place. Listen, It's his fault. If he really did cheat, it's his fault. It's not Shakira's fault, right? But the place I would invite her and anyone who's in this dynamic to take responsibility for is, did I allow myself in this dynamic to lose my light, to lose my power, to make somebody else more important than me? And all that did was really make my spark go down. I became less attractive to myself and to other people. And did that have a negative consequence in this relationship? A lot of us have been there. I've lost myself in relationships. You probably have too. You know what you feel like at the tail end of that relationship when you've lost yourself. You don't feel good. You kind of feel like crap and like, why would anybody want me? And it makes you kind of cling more. So for Shakira and anybody in this situation, if you've gone through this, if you've lost yourself in love, if you sacrifice and you've seen, oh, actually, that doesn't really work, and usually it makes the relationship way worse, it's time to get your power back. Come back to the things that you love about yourself. Come back to seeing yourself as the most important person in your life. Do heavy, heavy, heavy self-love. Bring your spark and your attraction factor back. And next time when you're entering a relationship, make sure it's with somebody that it's a win-win. They love you just as much as you truly love them, and they would never ask you to sacrifice who you are just for them. They want you to shine just as much as they want to shine too. Now, if you realize that you've given way too much of your time, energy, and attention to a guy who's maybe not that great, maybe actually he sucks, maybe he's somewhat abusive or avoidant or a cheater or a narcissist, and you're like, I want to heal. I have a free 5-part audio series on how to heal your heart. After a breakup from guys just like this, you will listen, you will feel so much better about yourself, you will have hope for the first time in maybe a long time that you didn't go through all of this heartbreak just to be stuck and broken. You went through it to go higher and get the love you always deserve. So grab that in my